Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're watching Mob Psycho 100, Season 2, Episode 12, called The Battle for Social Rehabilitation Friendship.
We are cruising towards the end of Season 2.
Second last episode.
And these last episodes have been awesome. Action-packed. Lots of little tidbits and, I'm gonna say life lessons, but just things to think about.
And we didn't mention last episode, our favorite scene has happened in recent episodes with the Body Improvement Club. Like, risking their lives for Mob. Like,
once you're in, you're in. And I love that, I tough with some of the names, but the guy who was attacked about the recorders, or about, you know, he is in that group now and part of the culture and has a place he belongs. That whole storyline is just awesome.
But I'm still in shock that we're almost at the end of Season 2.
It has flown by.
It has been quite the journey through Mob so far. Lots of different feelings, emotions, opinions.
I will say, I think maybe the biggest 180 in an anime episode ever was going from running the 5K to like world domination. Did not
never forget.
See that coming.
Never forget that episode.
We are at a point now where it's teamwork for Teru and the rest of the lower claw bosses trying to defeat the teleporter. Ran away from Reagan because he was so powerful he couldn't sense his Esper abilities, which I love.
But like, it's very Reagan.
It's very Reagan, and it's got that kind of ironic feel to it where you see somebody who's just so in their own head about how great they are that they can't like differentiate. I thought that was actually genius. And we see Mob, who's going to help attack the main boss, or the main guy who's been we found out storing up his energy for the last 20 years, which is
just using everybody else.
Kind of wild. But he's about to face the guy with the umbrella, who is the leader worshiper, or who was saved by the leader. So I'm curious to see how this showdown interaction goes. Is this going to be a fight? Is Mob going to somehow get him on his side? Is Reagan going to show up? These interactions never go the way I think they're going to go.
Well, friendship. I'm
right.
Like, is Show around, or Show and Mob? Like, I'm
that's
just like...
Show and Mob, that's what I thought about, because Show seems to have some moral integrity still, you know, maybe a little misguided at times, but I think he's got a good heart is what we're being led to believe, and wants to stand up against his dad, which is admirable. But I think we learned he's outclassed.
We're in it.
Yes.
The final two. So I'm expecting a lot of action, a lot of surprises perhaps. So let's dive in. Season 2, Episode 12 of Mob Psycho 100 is coming right now.
This guy seems a little simple.
Hence the loyalty.
Yeah. Pac-Man.
汚いな。15年もなぜ引きこもる。あんた誰？私は鈴木というものだ。君のお母さんから相談を受けてな。また相談所の人か。言っとくけど、それ以上近寄ったら怪我するよ。俺普通じゃないんだよ。 君は超能力者だそうだな。わかるよ、君の気持ちは。
ああ、無理。帰ってくれ。
どうしてだ。君の思いの丈を聞かせてくれないか。
ダメだ。それ以上喋るな。頼むから俺をイライラさせないでくれ。
辛いよな。超能力を気に悪がられて友達もできず。
やめろ。したふうなことを言わないでくれ。帰れ。帰れよ。
いじめられて社会に居場所がないんじゃないかって。
出てけよ。
私も超能力者なんだ。私と共に来い。
でも俺部屋を出るとめまいがして。
That's because you're in the dark all the time.
外は雨が降っていた。これは君の分の傘だ。この傘の下が君の部屋だと思えばいい。安心しろ。私のそばにいれば大丈夫だ。力の使い方を教えてやる。
以来俺はこの爪の幹部社員として社会に復帰できたというわけだ。
おかしい話だな。
え？
僕でもそれがおかしな話だってわかる。それって利用されてるだけなんじゃないかな。うわ、信玄がそれ。
I was just thinking
な
that.
んてひどいことを言うんだ君は。
ひどいのはそっちだ。こんなことをするなら引きこもってる方が全然いいよ。
Mom just laying down the truth.
言わないのか。
社長は世界征服に犠牲はつきものだと言ってたな。
自分もそう思うの。
ああ、
He transformed.
帰ってくれねえかな。
芹沢さん、あんたついていく人を間違えたよ。
You should follow Reagan.
大丈夫だ。
Wow.
あの傘。
とんでもないパワーをまとってるぜ。この傘の中にいれば俺は安心なんだ。
あの傘を奪えば
戦力を失うってか。金縛りは効かないよ。
痛い。
ごめん、大丈夫かい。
嘘か。今だエクボ。
よし来た。
Oh.
He's got a little power like Mob that's
しょ
uncontrollable.
うがないんだよ。やっと現れた理解者なんだ。すがりつくしかない。その心の隙間につけ込まれたらきっとひとたまりもない。教えてあげなきゃ。あんたの社長は安心を与えてくれたんじゃなくて、自分一人じゃ生きていけないっていう不安を与えて組織に縛りつけてるんだ。
君はカウンセラーか。
社会復帰なんてできない。むしろこのままじゃ余計に取り返しがつかなくなる。
未来ある若者が知ったように喋ってくれるな。だったらどうしろって言うんだ。生まれつきの特性を誰にも理解されず、気味悪がられて暴走して迷惑をかけて蔑まれて、また暴走して
You and Mob should have a chat.
彼
Yeah.
女を吹っ飛ばしたことだってあるんだ。いつ暴走するのか自分でもわからない。特に人と話すことができなかった。俺はただなんというか、その
Him and Mob are gonna become friends. That's the title
Oh,
of this episode.
baby.
ここには仲間がいるんだ。同じような超能力者が君にはわからない。
Actually, Mob probably understands better than most what you're going through.
Their stories are almost identical.
So, with the level up, do you think it's going to be like compassion, empathy?
Yeah, something like that. And I'm wondering if they're gonna be able to like combine Esper powers and he's gonna get like understand Mob at some level when he goes like chaotic or 100% or something.
I don't think this guy's going to ever turn on the president, though. I think he has too much like loyalty to him. If anything, he'll just like go away.
See,
Do you think he's going to turn on the president with Mob?
I do. I think Mob's gonna do like a Vulcan mind meld with his powers, and but so that this guy can see Mob's experiences through his eyes and go, okay, you do understand me, and I think this is gonna come back to Reagan, Because Mob told him, you followed the wrong person, right? And Mob
Adam's
is
writing
following
this story,
Reagan. No, but this is where my mind goes when I'm watching this interaction. He is somehow going to gain Mob's experience or perspective and see that there was another way other than what he chose. That's what I think.
That's probably right. But it's like Mob had the same thing. He hurt his brother, whereas
Yes.
the other guy hurt his mom. He exploded and just didn't have control of what he was doing. Same with this other guy.
Yeah.
So he just kind of like hid and kind of shrunk away and
Yeah.
kind of became a bit of a loner.
But Mob was anxious too, like a lot
No,
of those
Mob did
feelings.
too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm saying.
There's so many parallels.
わかるさ。そんなの仲間じゃない。僕には仲間がいるからね。だからわかる。そんなの仲間じゃない。
何回も言うな。やべえぞ茂雄、すんげえいいエネルギーだ。この先へは行かせない。社長の命令だ。社長は俺を信頼しているんだ。
いや、そんなの信頼関係じゃない。あんたは都合よく利用されてるんだ。
違う。社長は俺の存在価値を見出してくれたんだ。
人間には似てない。
You're a tool for him.
怪我させたくないって言ってたじゃないか。僕と同じだ。本当は気づいてるはずだ。自分が間違ってること。
うるさい。
だったら僕があなたの友達になる。
撃っちゃった。水本気で。俺のエネルギーを吸収しているのか。
Whoa.
感情が伝わってくる。
Empathy, baby.
エネルギーだ。
自分の力に変換したのか。
いや、返すよ、芹沢さん。
なんだこれは。そうか。彼も俺と同じ。
Oh my gosh.
また戦闘員を補充しないといけなくなった。
もうやめろよ、親父。大した戦力にならないのは今回で分かっただろ。
息子のお前にだけ特別に教えてやる。ノーマルの人間にストレスを加えて超能力を覚醒させる実験。あれは失敗だ。仮に力を目覚めさせてもせいぜい軽微な現象を起こすのが関の山だ。
じゃあ奴らの力はあれも軽微な現象ってやつなのか。
彼らが我が物顔で扱っている力、あれは私の力だ。自分のエネルギーを他人に分け与
That's
える。
terrifying.
また他人のエネルギーを自分の中に取り込むこともできる。これが誰にも知られていない真の切り札だ。
600人の兵隊に力を与えてたってのか。
あんなものは私の貯めてきたエネルギーのほんの一部に過ぎない。だがそれも貴重なエネルギーに変わりはない。敗北者たちからは返却してもらおう。
Dang.
This guy.
親父は人間じゃねえ。エネルギーの怪物だ。
肝に銘じておけ、ショー。世界の主役になれるのはたった一人の絶対者だけだということ。
絶対者。お前は。
Where should we start? Because like the friendship part was really cool, but that reveal is terrifying.
Let's start with the reveal. We'll work backwards. So he can essentially absorb other people's powers, which make him very difficult to attack. Because I'm assuming anything you shoot at him, he will just take for his own.
He himself provided the power for 600 soldiers and probably still had a ton in reserve.
Well, he said it was only a fraction. Although Mob does seem like he can absorb power too, so they might have a similar...
I'm like, not the same level.
I agree. My brain goes to someone's gonna need to beat him over the head with a stick, like old school. You're not gonna be able to beat him with Esper powers.
He's not gonna let anybody get close to him enough with a stick.
Well, I'm thinking Esper distraction and Reagan's self-defense super punch.
Well, I mean, that worked on the teleporter guy, but
Yeah, I'm not
that
sure.
is insane.
Maybe
And
they
Sho didn't even know.
no. Maybe they lock him away in some sort of bubble where they can cut him off from his power or something. I'm not sure.
You can't you can't trap somebody like that.
I don't know how. I'm trying to think of how they always have creative solutions to these
No,
problems.
they do.
And I'm trying to think about how you would think about this problem. He's been absorbing powers for 20 years though.
But we thought that the one guy, the one Esper from earlier in the season who came out of the genie bottle last episode, we thought he was the strongest. And then we thought the teleporter guy was strong, and now this guy's like, they're not even close.
I wonder if there's a correlation between, so the one guy was absorbing like pain and evil spirits. He's absorbing straight power. I wonder what the difference is in terms of how it affects them. Or I wonder if this evil guy is gonna come back. Remember I thought he was banished?
You
Or
thought that he just
disappeared?
evaporated.
Maybe he'll consume this guy and then leave.
I feel like there needs to be a limit as to how much you can absorb as one person, though. Like, is there a cap here?
I don't know. But that guy's no longer human. He's some weird entity.
No, I mean the leader.
Oh, the leader. Yeah, maybe his power makes it an unlimited container. Yeah.
Going back to Mob, his 100% that he reached was friendship.
Yeah.
And he shared like the deep dark parts of himself with that guy when he returned his power to him. I honestly thought he was gonna be like, here you go, I'll give you your power back, but the power is gonna be too strong that the guy just flew out the window. But it didn't.
Vulnerability can be a superpower.
100%.
And that's what Mob did. He's like, here is the most traumatic. This is how we can connect. I will share this with you. And
Mob.
yeah, and I love, he's gonna be a Reagan disciple now.
The guy in
Yeah.
the house coat?
Yeah. So good.
リツの兄貴か。ということは、俺の仕掛けた起爆剤はうまく着火したのか。もしかして家に火をつけたのは君？怒ってるとこ悪いけど、もう逃げた方がいいぜ。あんなのに勝てる人間はこの世にいねえ。もう怒ってないよ。君にもいろいろあるんでしょ。実のお父さんにそんなにやられるなんて。
何者だ。
彼はあんたの暴走に悩んでいたんだ。僕にはわかる。僕の弟も僕に怯えていたから。こいつ変わったな。
他人の家庭内事情を知ってるような口ぶりだな。
芹沢さんに聞いた。息子が父親を止めようとしていること。返り討ちに遭っている様子が見るに耐えなくて階段を降りてきたこと。仲裁できなかった自分が情けなくて消えたくなったこと。
芹沢が負けたというのか。奴め手を抜いたな。
違うよ。勝つとか負けるとか、人と人との関係はそればっかりじゃないんだよ。
Oh, Mob. Yes.
俺を部屋から出してくれたのは社長だ。感謝はしてる。でもどうして人を傷つける必要があるんだろう。深く悩むことが怖くて逃げていたけど、裏で誰かが泣いてまで得られる充実なんて最初から求めていなかった。気づかせてくれてありがとう。
やはりクズは一生クズのまま。
I don't like this guy.
No.
まあいい。
Awful.
最初から他人など当てにしていない。人とのつながりなど意味のないものだ。私は一人で存在が完成しているのだから。
それは違う。誰だって。人は多くの人と関わって成長していくんだ。人には人が必要なんだ。いつか誰かが必要になる。きっとその時には後悔するんだ。だ
Look
か
at
ら
his circle.
相談相手がいないのなら僕が。
私の相談相手に。
He's trying
そういう
everything that
他
he
の
can.
弱者とやってくれ。
リツの兄貴、奴はエネルギーを他人に与えたり奪ったりできる。それに加えて大量のエネルギーのストックがある。こっちはもうガス欠で動けもしねえってのに。これで動けるようになる？これは
私と同じ力を。
動ける？ああ、なんとか立てるぜ。よかった。 じゃあ君も避難して僕はもう少しある。
お前を敵とみなす。
やめろ。
組んでろ。こいつは私の天敵になりうる。
やめろ。僕は話し合いに来たんだ。
勘でしろ茂雄。こういうやつには何を言っても目障り
Temple.
だ。先に消えろ。
エクボ
Titan kick.
影山君を一人で行かせてよかったんだろうか。
あんなに自分の意志を表に出した兄さんは初めて見た。
僕にはあれが辛そうに見えたよ。もともとは先頭に立つタイプじゃないはずだ。どう思いますか、レーゲンさん。
モブは旗から見れば頼りないが強い力を持ってる。
馬鹿げた出力の念動力だろう。
そんなもんはあいつの持ってる特徴の一つに過ぎない。あいつが本当にすごいのは人に感情を伝えられるところだ。それはどんなに取り繕った言葉よりも響く。モブが抱く感情が相手に伝わりさえすれば。エクボ、どうした？大丈夫か？モブは？
わからねえが結構ヤバそうだ。敵は躊躇なく茂雄を殺す気だったぞ。
メガネ、ちょっといいか？
話し合いだと。
人とのつながりが意味ないなんて言ったじゃないか。そんなわけないだろう。人はみんなどこか足りないものがあってそれを補い合って世界ができてる。
つまらんなお前たちは。超能力を持つ者、その有利な条件を得た者の中でも私はさらに強い力を持っている。その事実に気づいたとき、この世界が手のひらサイズに見えたよ。ちょうどお前たちと同じ中学の頃だな。だがお前の考え方では歩みはそこで止まり、無能力者どもと同じつまらん人生を過ごすことになる。
違う。中学生の頃から止まっているのはあんたの方だ。自分が考えてる以上に世の中にはいろんな人がいていろんな考え方がある。人の考え方に点数なんて誰もつけられないはずなんだ。
まるで道徳の授業だな。
No, that's just who he
足
is.
りないものを補い合う生き方は私には必要ない。奪い利用し支配する力を持っているからだ。この世界に大きな
This guy is incorrigible.
Yes.
Or is he? Will Mom and Reagan find a way? Or is he actually incorrigible and then they're just gonna have something will happen that his powers just start leaking out of him?
I'm not sure where this one is gonna go yet. I do think that there are some people who just view the world a certain way and refuse to give up to that, even if they're presented with other information.
Logic,
Yeah, and
rational arguments.
he has been entrenched in this way of I'm the best for 20 years. That's a long time of thinking a certain way and becoming rigid to be able to kind of get out of that. I don't know if it's going to be an all-out battle, but it's going to be a confrontation. I don't think Mob's talking his way out of this one.
See, I think that he has to because if it comes down to a battle, I don't think that anybody can really stop this guy. Like power for power, you know? So that's why I think the talking needs to make an impact. But he doesn't seem open to it. So I'm like, I don't know where this is gonna go.
My mind immediately jumps to team win. Like this idea of friendship and relationships over
Individuality.
doing it by yourself.
Or, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious if the rest of you saw that screenshot of him and like his circles kind of growing based
Yeah.
off his experience, and I'm wondering if all of those people either lending their power to Mob or doing something like that so that they can go head on, and kind of that idea of the many versus the single wolf.
You know what? Let's get philosophical.
The other thing that they said in here, which I kind of disagree, I don't think they were meaning it in this context of, he said you can't rely on other people to fill your deficiencies. And I think that that's an interesting statement. You have to be aware of your deficiencies and you have to work to kind of make yourself whole. And I think when you do that and then join with other people, it makes it better. Whereas I think sometimes we go, well, I'm not good at this, so I'm just gonna let somebody else do it, and then there can be issues in that relationship. So it's, I think, being the best version of yourself, or being whole and not needing something from somebody, but coming from a better place, helps strengthen those relationships.
Or even before that, just being willing to acknowledge your deficiencies, because this guy doesn't seem willing to acknowledge that he has any weaknesses.
That's fair, yeah. But that, you have to know, I guess I'm saying you have to kind of know about them coming into relationship to get the strength of those partnerships, I think.
Which also ties into the vulnerability part, which
Yeah.
is being able to express what your deficiencies or weaknesses are, and then allowing people to help you. It's very complex.
It's messy.
It can be considered very risky to lay your soul bare like that.
Yeah.
Very risky when it's done with the wrong people.
Yeah. Because you can never control somebody else's reaction to what you tell them.
I also found it very interesting that he identified Mob as being his potential mortal enemy.
Do you think that was from like a mindset perspective, or because his power mirrors his own?
I think he identified that the Mob could become like him.
Yeah. And with the moral high ground.
Well, I mean, he will be your mortal enemy, but he'll be even stronger because he also has the mindset and the relationships and people who love him and the morals to go with the power. So he would be far superior in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I also think it's interesting, these people who kind of have that lone wolf mentality always seem to be chasing something for fulfillment, and they never quite get there because you never feel,
because it's hollow. Their
Yeah.
pursuit is for something meaningless.
yeah, and it's always like, okay, I got that, but what's the next thing? And they're always chasing that feeling of completion or wholeness, but you actually get that from relationship.
This show's so good. Okay.
So good.
私の人生の目標なのだよ。
リツの兄貴、構わねえからやっちまってくれ。
ショー、お前には私が支配する世界を継がせても
What?
らおうと思っていたのだが、とんだ出来損ないになったものだな。
おい、
ショーのために怒っているのかやはりお前は子供だ。
静かにしてろ。
だが面白い。全力を出してみろ。
これはきつい。
Oh, dang.
そこで見ていろ。これが弱者の末路だ。しかしこの程度で私に説教していたのか。冗談だろ。
動くな。弾は入ってるぜ。
桜井の呪願か。私には脅しにもならんぞ。
師匠。
おう、モブ。
お前からは何の力も感じない。引っ込んでいた方が身のためだぞ。
Where's the rest of the gang? Come on.
まだ私の恐ろしさが理解できんらしい。
おい、生きてるかモブ。お前一人で行かせるなんてどうかしてたな。非日常的な状況で思考力が落ちてたみたいだ。師匠として情けない。よく頑張った。帰りにたこ焼きを踊ってやる。
師匠だと私の力すら見えていないお前が
Nobody cares, dude.
お前も人を
Kinda.
騙して搾取する側の人間ということか。
This is going to be an interesting conversation.
俺から言わせりゃお前の方こそ見えない力しか見えてないかわいそうなやつだよ。
どういう意味だ。
人が持つ優れた力ってのは超能力だけじゃないってことだよ。お前を倒す方法もざっと思いつくだけで4通りあるし。
おう、試してみるといい。
そんな気はもうない。代わりに俺から頼みが一つ。仲間に入れてくれないか。
私に何の得がある。
そこに倒れてる弟子も外の連中も俺ならうまく説得できる。十分メリットになるだろう。
私を倒す方法とやらも聞いておこ 本当にあるのならな。
超能力以外のあんたの知らない力について教えよう。まず一つ目、超能力者が最も警戒すべき人間の力。そ
Headbutt.
れは腕力で。
このガキの師匠を名乗るだけはくだらん指定コンビだ。
待て、参った。要望があれば何でも聞こう。
私をここまで不快にさせるとは。
いや、だから話をやめ。何が起きてるんだ。
レーゲンさん。
The umbrella? Ah.
間に合った。俺も今度は勇気を出してみたよ、社長。
芹沢、完全に裏切ったか。ならばお前も。
もういい。もう話さなくていい。
You awoke the beast. It's back to rage.
最後に一つ教えてやる。人の気持ちがわからないやつは。まあいい。たまには怪我して学べ。
これは兄さんだ。
モブが切れた。俺も何か協力できるかな。
芹沢さん、師匠たちを連れてここから避難して。
制裁が先だ。
兄さんは
Oh dear. Are the plants gonna save them?
Trampoline.
ボス、やっぱり芹沢を切り捨てたね。誰？悪いね。彼には借りがある。
やばいって峯岸。ボスを怒らせたら。
ハートリーも無事だったか。
峯岸か。
Ultimate 5 seeing his true colors.
一度リセットするか。消えろ。
He's betrayed everybody who was loyal to him.
His output's blinked.
Not mobs.
Oh, dang, I thought it was mobs.
お前はそれが 100% なのか。
No.
なるほどな。これに意識を向けていたのか。
これで思う存分ぶつけられる。この力、この怒りを。
Well, I thought that was Mob using his 10%.
No.
Wow. Okay. Well, I got very excited.
Mob is always at a disadvantage because he cares about people, though. So, my interpretation...
No, that is not a disadvantage.
No. But I meant in terms of attacking all out.
Yeah.
So, the way I saw that last scene was Mob has put some sort of force field around the tower they're fighting in.
He's lifted up the tower.
He's gonna hold that now so that he can unleash and not hurt his friend. But I still think that somehow all of the people that he has saved or brought are gonna lend their power to him so
Yeah.
he can defeat this guy.
All the Ultimate 5 have now seen the leader for who he really is, how he doesn't care about them at all.
We still don't really have a resolution to the teleporting guy though. So everybody else has seen the light, but this guy just ran away.
Yeah.
So he's still out there. He's still some sort of wild card.
And the guy that you thought evaporated.
Oh, which guy?
The original Esper powerful guy.
Oh, right. I think there's still a couple loose ends that need to be tied up. I don't think this is just gonna be Mob against.
But even if it's everybody's powers against the leader, everybody's powers might not match up exactly with the leader, but I think the symbolism of loyalty, you know, compassion,
Yeah.
friendship will boost their power.
Like a multiplier. Yeah. And I also think that some of that realization of being alone or everybody betraying him may like cause him to falter or lose something. It's not gonna be just a straight power off
No,
between the two of
I
them.
don't think so.
There's gonna be some caveat there.
This guy is messed up though. This is like light Yagami vibes for me.
If Light had 20 years to marinate in that all the time.
What was it? Like he had like 12 or something that we
Yeah.
saw? And if he had more than just a pencil and a notebook.
Actual power.
Yeah.
And
But I
just-
feel like their mindset is similar.
I totally agree. Because these Ultimate Five must have been with him for how long? Years. And it's just disappeared. Zero.
And quickly too.
Yeah. Zero thought for anything. He cares about nothing, not even his own son.
I thought Reagan was gonna be dead.
So did
And I was like, oh my gosh, are we gonna have to go through season 3 without Reagan?
I thought that was going to be the trigger for Mob
Yeah.
that set him off. I love that Umbrella guy came to save him.
That was so great.
Do you think that he would have done that for anybody, or do you think he feels an affection for Reagan through Mob's experience?
I think he is reformed.
Okay. So that could have been Sho, that could have been anybody. He was gonna try and protect.
Like he obviously heard some of the conversation and stuff, and
Yeah.
like he probably was like, "Oh, this guy isn't who I thought he was."
Yeah. His character is also interesting in the fact that you have somebody who fundamentally knows or believes what they're doing is wrong, but feels this sense of loyalty to somebody. That is also a very interesting human dynamic of knowing you're in a situation that you don't want to be in, that you shouldn't be in, that is causing you to do things you want, but this person has been the only one who cared about, like, that's
Saw
such a
you for who you were.
yeah, it's such a, when you see real life scenarios of this, it's heartbreaking. This show, I would say the writing for this is on par with Haikyuu in its own way. Do you know what I mean?
Haikyuu is like teamwork, sport, like those lessons, but then this is like
Yes.
relationship.
The way you get people to buy into what's going on, and you show the nuance of experience and the genre, the medium that you're in, it's very good. Very good.
We've got one episode left, and if it's anything like this one, it's gonna be a banger. So be sure to hit us up in the comments below. A lot happened this episode, a lot to unpack, to, you know, dissect, if you will. So we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, we'd be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for the finale of season 2 of Mob Psycho 100 coming next week. Thanks, guys.